Young people have been ringing the alarm on the climate crisis and will be critical partners to continue raising awareness. Archana Soreng, can you share with us how the movement Young People started can help with the implementation of nature-based solutions?
Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, my fellow young people following us online, Johar. I would like to thank President Joe Biden, Mr. John F. Kerry, Presidential Envoy on Climate, Secretary Dave Haaland for the kind invitation to address this leadership summit on climate on the theme of nature-based solution. We young people across the globe are at the forefront of climate justice movement and have been advocating for the health of nature over development at global, national, and local levels. Whether in the streets or decision-making spaces, we are leading the way and holding the world leaders accountable to achieve the goals of Paris Agreement and sustainable development. In the field of education, technology, science, law, art, music, fashion, entertainment, food, sports, and many more, we are making a difference through our skills, expertise, and contributing towards climate action. We know this as truth. And we also know that you are aware that we can play a crucial role in advocating for nature-based solutions. However, we are facing challenges and difficulties for the role we know we can lead. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to share how we can move forward. We need you to prioritize protection and meaningful leadership of young people with the guiding principle of intergenerational and intersectional equity while adopting nature-based solutions, along with creating job opportunities for the young people. Mass climate education incorporating indigenous worldview should be core to nature-based solution. Nature-based solutions should recognize and support the traditional knowledge and practices of indigenous youth and promote their forest-based livelihood. The support received from the young people, particularly from the marginalized and indigenous communities, should not be taken for granted. Young people who are affected by climate crisis are on the front lines, but not on the front page. Thus, we need you, the leaders, to invest in adaptation, resilience, and deliver on climate finance promise of $1 billion per year. Excellencies, many of my peers across the world have been targets of human rights violation and systematic racism. This has to stop. Being an indigenous young woman at this leadership summit, I would like to emphasize that we are not mere part of nature. We are nature. Nature is a source of identity, culture, tradition, and language. Nature-based solution can be effective when our rights over our land, forest, and territories are recognized and enforced, and when we are ensured the right to refuse to the so-called developmental projects which adversely affects us. Free, prior, and informed consent of the indigenous, traditional, and local communities should be the core to nature-based solution and climate policies through a participatory and binding way. Before I end my intervention, I would like to emphasize that nature-based solutions cannot be used as the substitute for emission reductions. Countries should ramp up climate action and work towards net zero emission by 2030 and not 2050, and ensure that there is just transition in this process. Moreover, nature-based solution should not be marred with greenwashing and monoculture schemes. prioritizing justice and well being of both nature and people should be the foundation stone as we move forward from today. I would like to end by saying that we youth offer our passion, zeal, commitment, and expertise in order to work together with you. Ensure that we have a seat at the decision making table. Include us, support us, and protect us. We need to act now. Thank you.
Thank you, Archana. That was wonderful. Hearing from young people always gives me hope. I'm just incredibly sorry that people your age have to worry about this crisis and that my generation didn't do a better job mitigating it.